I just talked to my accountant just to see how much money I have. I actually have no idea ever how much money I have.
Yo.
And I'm paying just this quarter. I'm paying a little over $2 million in taxes. Isn't that fucking ridiculous?
Just this quarter?
Just this quarter, just for the last 3-4 months, I'm paying $2 million in taxes.
That's fucking nuts.
$2 million, and it's why
plus
it's,
the 6 for
you know why it's fucked and why I say that how much I'm paying is because it's just like let me have a citizenship here. Like where is this money going to? Like for $2 million, like
the roads.
That's really messed up.
like
You
it's
get to use the roads.
I get to use the roads. That's nice, but like come on, come on, like I feel like
Completely 100% fucked. I agree.
like every DACA kid who pays taxes.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, we're all paying taxes. Like, if we weren't paying taxes, I'd be like, oh, okay, we can't be citizens, or, like, don't let us leave the country, or don't let us re-enter, or whatever. But, like, the fact that we're all paying, like, what the fuck?
Doesn't seem right.
Like, that's not fair at all. That's not fair at all. And, like, I only want to leave the country so I can make more money, and so I can pay the U.S. more. Like, I just want to help out everybody.
Oh, Joe, do you want to go? It reminds me. Do you want to go to Paris with Dylan Francis on Friday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we still going to Italy after with Diplo?
I'm like trying to work it out. I just don't know if Diplo's gonna have the plane for us.
I can call Marshmallow. He has a layover in Australia.
You know Marsh? I know Marsh.
Oh, really?
I know Marsh.
Yeah, there's a layover in
Marsh
Australia.
is sick. Okay.
We go from Brazil to Australia, down to Antarctica.
What
and
kind of
then-
a sick joke is this?
Oh my God! I forgot this was your podcast. Crap.
I've asked Marshmallow, actually, this question, which is pretty interesting. I was like, can't you play, like, 4 shows at once?
Yeah.
Like, don't you just play, like, can't you just make money in, like, 4 different countries and no one will even know? And he's like, he's never, it's always him under the mask, which I think is really fucking cool.
Oh, I see.
So he'll never play anything where it's not him. Like, it'll always be him.
Sure.
If I was him, I'd be playing in Dubai, in Amsterdam, all in the same night. I'd be doing New Year's Eve in, like, 10 different countries.
I'm sure people have approached him to have like Marshmallow 2, Marshmallow 3.
Right.
Gallagher did that. The stand-up comedian who used to smash watermelons. He farmed the act out to his brother. So there was 2 Gallaghers touring.
I feel like we talked about this.
Yeah, I think we did.
We talked about this exact situation with Marshmallow and this comedian.
We did. Fuck it.
And who cares? It's close to the new year. It's like a new.
Yeah, it's a clean
New
slate.
podcast.
Whatever.
It's the new year, so we just start back from the first podcast, and we just retell all the stories.
Did I tell how you met me in the comedy club story?
Yeah, that's good. That's a good one.
Okay.
People probably don't
You
remember
tell
that.
that prom story again. Tell the prom story twice.
Oh, I
in the
hate prom,
podcast.
by the way. I would never go to prom. By the way, did you know I'm DACA?
You know what? You always get on us about that, but I've listened to Howard Stern for years. And
Yeah.
he tells the same stories.
Yeah, it's just impossible not to.
It's impossible not to.
And like your favorite stories will always be your favorite stories. Like I don't tell the same stories over again because like I feel the need to. I just tell them because I want to.
Right.
Like I tell them because I love those stories so much, and I'm just like I want to share them again.
Right.
Christmas sucked this year, bro.
Oh, tell me a fucking about it.
What happened with your Christmas?
Bro, I had to have a fucking 4-hour FaceTime call.
What?
Oh my God.
With who?
With my mom, my sister, because they like want to open gifts and stuff.
Oh my God, I love your mom.
I love my
and
mom
she listens
too.
to this, so this is gonna be hard for me to commentate on. But that
I love
sucks.
my mom too, but
That
it
fucking
sucks
blows.
because it was just like
Wait, what presents were they opening?
my mom sent all these gifts.
And you had to open those on FaceTime?
And we opened them on FaceTime.
Did you celebrate with your ex-wife?
Yep. Then I went and had dinner with my ex-wife and her boyfriend, which was actually really great.
He's good.
It is just so
Wait.
so amazing.
Did he not listen to the last podcast where we talked shit about him?
Joe and I cut that out.
No!
Yeah, we had to.
Oh, you didn't know?
Joe!
I
No!
had to, Jave.
Joe! Jason!
I was so glad Joe, I walked into that house and all I thought was, thank fucking God we cut that. I
You
was like,
cut that out, you fucking assholes!
I had to.
You weren't even talking that much shit about him.
I know I wasn't, but I just didn't want to have any kind of bad blood or anything. He's so nice. Also, Dave, you would love this.
Why?
So we like had dinner and then we're all just sitting around and he was so nice and accessible that I was just like, I just was calling off actors that maybe he worked with. And it was a really fun conversation. So I'd be like, have you worked with George Clooney? He's like, oh yeah, I work with him. Brad Pitt? He's like, yeah, work with him. And then he'd tell you like exactly the
No
3
way
weeks.
he worked with all these actors.
David, he worked with all of them. You know what it, but you know
But
what it
doing
is?
what? What does he do?
He's an actor.
Yeah, how do we not know
He's
this guy?
a good actor.
But-
He's not, he's not George Clooney, but it would be like, it was really cool. But it'd be the same thing if someone was like, "Hey, David, do you know Mr. Beast?" And you'd be like, "Yeah, of course I know Mr. Beast." That was kind of neat.
Wow.
Have we, like,
Matt
seen-
Damon, name him. Name an actor.
Mark Wahlberg.
I didn't ask that one.
Well,
I should have.
The
Rock.
You just told me to name an actor.
The Rock.
The Rock.
I didn't name that one. I don't know if he's worked with The Rock.
Kevin Hart.
No, I bragged about meeting Kevin Hart.
Oh.
I told our story when
He
we
didn't
met
even
and met him.
ask.
Nope. I just threw it out there.
George Clooney. Kevin Hart. No? Okay, because I've worked with Kevin Hart.
I mean, met him for 10 minutes.
I mean,
with
my
Dave.
friend worked with Kevin Hart, and he dragged me to his house. It was sick.
That
Okay.
was sick.
What were you saying about going to Kevin Hart's house?
Oh, I love going to Kevin Hart's house that day.
Why? What happened?
Like, first of all, you walked in, and the first thing you said was he had a bunch of nice cars, and
Yeah.
you go, "Which one's your favorite?" Like that, and then he just like went into a stand-up routine. He was like, David, don't spend your money on cars. It's a fucking waste of money. and like, it was so funny. He's like, I hate them all. He's like, let's take this fucking picture and be done with it. Like, he was so like
Yeah.
on but not on. He's just
Right.
fucking funny.
Yeah, he's
you
really
know.
funny.
And then he I don't know. It's funny to watch him be like put upon with his family and his kids and just complain. Like, even at that level, like, that's a comedian. You know, that's a real comedian. He has all this money, but yeah, it still sucks. And then Marty's in a great mood the whole time, which I was like, "You've never been in a good mood when I was with you."
Why was she? Because her new boyfriend.
Yeah, she was so nice to me. I was like, "What?"
Wow.
I asked him if they wanted to be on the podcast.
What they say?
He was receptive to it, and I just asked him in passing, like another time when I saw them. I was like, "You guys want to be on the podcast sometime?" And he was like, "Yeah, maybe." and then Marty was like, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. And I was
Oh
like,
man,
that would be a funny podcast.
You know what? I think it would be like it started off really fun, and then I think I'd say the wrong thing, and then I think it'd be really awkward.
I don't think so. I think they know you, and I think they know, like, no matter what you do, like, they know you're a good person, like,
Oh, okay.
deep down. So if you go off the rails a little bit, I think they'd forgive you. You know what I mean? It's like they know you now. It's not like you're just like some.
So, Monty, I have this water bottle and this water bottle. Which one's closer to Jason's dick, and which one's closer to your new boyfriend's dick? Dave, we're gonna go.
What's really great about him is like he's like very like receptive to the kids and stuff. He seems to like care about the kids, which is like, if I started dating somebody, I would have a hard time caring about their kids. You know what I mean? I'd be like, oh. At one point, I brought out like old videos of like Wyatt and Charlie when they were like 4 and 5 because my mom sent them to me, and we were looking at them, and he seemed genuinely interested.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
I
a
actually
big-
felt bad after I brought it out.
That's a big test.
Then I felt really bad because I brought up a movie that I like really loved. It's like this, because we were talking about films, and I was like, "Oh, have you ever seen this one movie?" And it's kind of an obscure movie, and the person that's in the movie went on to be like a huge blockbuster star. And I said, "Have you ever seen this little obscure movie?" And he was like, "I passed on that." And I was like, "Oh."
Oh, that sucks. He would have been the guy.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that sucks. And I was like, I didn't bring it up for that reason. You know when you're having a conversation with somebody, and then like the conversation moves, and then the person circles back,
Yeah.
because it obviously meant something to them, and he like circled back on it, and he was like, it's my one regret. And I was like,
And then you were like, so you have worked with George Clooney? And then you were like, but you want to hear the Kevin Hart story again? Me meeting him? That's really
that was my only.
That's really fun. Yeah, that's really sad to pass. Have you ever passed on something that you've regretted?
Jonah wanted me to
be in the
play
YouTube
the
sketch?
Grinch. Yeah.
You've never passed on anything that you regret? You don't have like one regret?
No, I've never passed on. But have I ever passed on anything that you've brought to me? You've literally said, "Jason, can I bury you in the ground?" I'm like, all right. Pass on anything.
Yeah, you're right.
Have you ever passed on anything?
No. I don't have a single regret either. It's just really
Well,
crazy.
why do people say that? A lot of power in no.
Yeah, I don't know. And I also don't understand, like, the one thing I think about the most is that the thing that people said I would regret the most is skipping prom. I always think of that.
Oh, yeah.
People,
You skipped prom.
fuck yeah.
Why?
I fucking hate dances.
For the amount of times that you bring this story up, I think you do regret
Do
missing
miss
prom a little bit.
No, because we just brought it up again when we were talking about it.
Okay.
I hated prom because the main reason was just my relationship with my parents was like weird, where I didn't want them around other parents. And a big part of prom was where all the parents would get together and take pictures of all the kids. And like my parents were my parents weren't like the parents that were friends with the rest of the parents.
Right.
So they'd definitely be like the oddballs, like at like my friend Stephanie's house, who was like, pretty cool, and like all the parents knew each other because they all like fucked each other or something. Like the parents were weird in Greg's Landing, but like my parents would be out of the loop and they wouldn't have like friends there. So I just like didn't want to put them in that situation. So I was like, I'm never going to prom or a dance because like I don't want to witness that moment.
That's why you didn't go to prom, because you were embarrassed of your parents.
Yeah, that was like a big moment.
That's crazy.
That was like a big reason.
Your parents are so cool.
Yeah, they're the coolest.
They are the coolest.
But I just didn't want to be there for that moment. I don't know. I just never wanted. I never wanted to see my parents uncomfortable. Like it was like a thing that.
Did you know that it's named after the pilot that was flying over, and they crashed?
You told a lie to your dad.
My parents telling the Greg's Landing
Greg's
story.
Landing.
You know how they named this place, right? There was Gregory and his wife Amy. They were going to Los Angeles. They probably said that this is probably the home he built. Yeah,
why you
I don't know,
didn't
but dude, people were like, "You're gonna fucking regret it. You're gonna regret it," and not for a second, not for a fucking second did I regret it.